So today, this video is somewhat about a RPG, and I'm not talking about a rocket launcher, I'm talking about a role-playing game, as that's what RPGs means. But I'm more talking about a turn-based RPG. Yep, that's right. I'm reviewing something. I'm a big boy now. I've been watching many reviews, such as videos from like Ant Dude, Cat Icarus, and many more. I always had plans or ideas to review something. Well, I think I found my first foot forward as of reviewing with the PS3 game Costume Quest. Costume Quest is a turn-based RPG, and I'm not gonna lie, I beat the game in maybe 2 or 3 hours. Maybe 4 to be on the safe side. But I'm hoping you enjoy this new thing I'm doing. Also, if you want, you can rate how I did on reviewing. Now to the review. Game review. So the basic mechanics for this game, other than the battles, is the costumes, as they are things you're mostly going to use throughout the whole entire game. And by mostly use, I mean they are your only means of survival, because the costume you're wearing is what you become in your battles. And speaking of battles, instead of picking an attack or a special move and watching it play out, it does the Paper Mario thing where it's a bit interactive with little minuscule mini games that can make the attack stronger or the special move better. Also, with every costume, they have their own moves and powers in battles, and sometimes in the overworld too, such as the robot suit having an attack that hits every enemy, and it also lets you go faster in the overworld. The knight will shield people in battle, and you can use the shield to go through some dangerous places in the overworld, and etc. But other than that, there is the thing that if you want to progress on to another world or place, you have to go trick-or-treating, which you can use the candy to trade for badges that can help in battles. I'll put up the 3 badges I used as the upgraded ones too. But back to the worlds. Once you get candy or fight monsters when doing the trick-or-treating thing, you can progress to the second world, as there are 3 worlds, from the first world being a small neighborhood, the second one being a closed mall, and the third one being Blue Lagoon. I mean, some village or something. Which brings me to say that this is one linear RPG, or maybe it's too short of a game. If you have too much spare time and not having a life, that is. But I feel it was a bit short and maybe too linear of a RPG, but it's still good. But that's just something I thought I'd bring up. I just thought I'd bring up that point, because I had that feeling playing the game, which made me think of why these tombs that teleport you back to other worlds are there. Because unless you did everything in the world, which then there's no need for you to go back. But that's my outlook on it. Now for rating the game. Which is a definite 8.7 out of 10. Yes, the game mechanics are great, but can be done a bit more well in my eyes if it was a longer game. Like, I never used this ninja sneak thing till I needed it for a story mission, mostly because I fought everything in my sight like I was playing Undertale and doing the genocide route. But other than that, that's my score. As I took upon myself, I listened to all 20 soundtracks for Costume Quest, and I'll say it has some good jams. As some seem like stuff you play at a Halloween party because one track sounds really close to Monster Mash. Mostly because it follows the Halloween theme because, well, some I could probably use as background music as of why I love listening to OSTs, because you can find some good stuff. Like when I found out about the Lethal League Blaze original soundtrack, why can't I stop bragging or saying I love it, because I just love it, it's great. Where I've been listening to some stuff on repeat, or music from Donut County that I found really chill or fucking awesome. But to give it a score, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. Next, whatever. Since Costume Quest is a game, it has a story. So let me explain the story the best way I can. So we start off with these two kids, named Reynold and Ren. I hope I said that right. As they are about to go get some candy. You get to choose who is the kid you're playing with. I could have phrased that real better. Also gonna say, these two kids have a sibling rivalry, which will come into play later. But then they set off to get some. I don't know why I put that in the script, please. No. But the first house was a bust because someone is wearing the candy corn costume of shame. So they go to the next, but whoever you chose stays back as to not be associated with the other kid. So the other kid knocks on the door and gets mistaken for a piece of candy and is abducted. What's the age rating again? But she is then yeeted over this very suspicious gate. How has nobody noticed this? But then you beat the shit out of this monster. And this witch that I'm definitely looking up on Rule Dirty 4 makes a tornado out of nowhere. Then some guy crashes. Just for no reason. He was just kind of there. Probably had a bad day at his house and just wanted to end it. But a cat comes by and leads you somewhere. But did they have to do this? Do I have to censor it out? I'm so confused. You find a piece of paper with the plans to make the robot costume you had. Once you do that, you face Travis the skateboard kid. If you don't get caught by Travis Scott, he will crash into some trash bins and will fucking die. But then you meet Everett. And now, if you weren't listening to me when I was talking about game mechanics, dum-dum, it's your job to trick-or-treat every house to move on. Once that's done, you're able to go past the gate that no one questions. Just no one does. Why, it just looks supremely evil. What's going on? You can talk to this scarecrow, because if you do, in all three worlds, then you get the scarecrow costume. Other than that, you see a bunch of monsters loading up a bus with candy to move to a next destination. But when you're done giving this man a heart attack, poor guy, you get on the bus and go on with the adventure. When you fall off the back of the bus, you would go into a closed or broken down mall, where if you haven't quit the game to do something with your life, and you'll see grubbings, and yeah, that's what they're called, grubbins, gathering up candy, and also get a paper to make a spaceman with a sword costume to make your way through dark areas of the mall. Which, after doing a lot of fighting, you'll get to the other gate, where, if you remember, I said the two kids had a rivalry. Well, whoever you pick will say some nasty stuff about the other, which will also be used for later. Now it's time to trick or treat all of the places in the mall. For some reason, these monsters are in the arcade. When you're done murdering them, I mean gaining XP, you'll go into this hole in the wall. Then you'll find Nihao Kai Lam. Man, that was racist. She joins your team. Yeah, that's kind of it. Then you fight the monsters again, which then fixes the train dingamajig. When done getting all the candy from all the store places, you use the train to go through the gate. You find the other sibling. Then you gotta fight Budget Green Goblin. Then Goth GF fades in from nowhere and uses the main protagonist's words against him. Literally. Then just takes the kids. Us refrained from making a she took the kids joke. Then you wake up, where this witch is telling someone to burn your only means of survival. Yep, that's right, your costumes. But you're a smart cookie and hit the spike branches like a boss. And Tony Hawk Pro Skater your way down the cliff. You see the chest with your costumes. A bunch of walking later, you talk to Peter Griffin and turn into McDonald's French fries and lure kids to Peter Griffin. Let's stay trading again. Then trick these birds and nab your costumes back. Then you meet the brother of my Goth GF. Then get this, you got to trick or treat this new world too. You shook? I'm shook. But first you gotta use the cannon to reach the monsters on the top of the Ferris wheel, where you find a secret pathway. Then you trick or treat all the houses and proceed to the next part of them, you proceed to the next part. A maze. Then after saving all 3 monsters that were in prison because they made a video watching and making fun of kids doing TikTok videos. Grade A content, am I right? The Budget Green Goblin comes back. This time, you confirm the kill. Then you come back to the witch, and Ren's still being a pussy, and is still hurt by your horrible words. Woman up. And this witch wants to feed the kids the big bones for a debt, which leaves me with several questions. But your main character ain't having any of that shit, and it's time to throw some hands. But after beating her, she calls the one and only Big Bones. Yeah, no, I'm not making a sans joke. Please go away. Well, other than that, Dorzilla, that's the witch's name, got outed for using Big Bones to become royalty. Seems like Dorzilla has been learning some tactics from the commentary community. But Dorzilla gets mad at Biggie Bones and gives strength to the kids. Well, good thing it wasn't the Trump guys. We could do this with friendship. Then they beat Big Bones and give back all the candy that was stolen. That day, Christmas was saved. Now for the score of the story. Drum roll, please. A 6.6 out of 10. It's pretty simple, but yet really charming. It's a pretty good game, but I do wish it had a bit more. I mean, there is DLC, but like I have money to buy it. What do you think I am? The Monopoly man? God, I hate myself. It has an estimated 3 hours of gameplay. Unless you 100% the game, then it's probably 4 hours of gameplay. Not to mention it is kind of pretty linear. But other than that, this combat system is pretty nice, and the OST is good too. But in my opinion, I give the whole game a 8.9 out of 10. That's been my review. If you're still wondering why I'm reviewing an old game from the PS3, it's because I want to see how I do first. I'm really poor, so I don't have games like Red Dead 2. Unless you want me to review the Amazing Strange Rope. Don't question me next time, I swear. But other than that, I'm Steamboat Jimmy, and have a nice day.
This couldn't happen again. This is that once in a life.